watched the last episode.
Oh, shit. No, it's not.
Good morning and welcome to Get Real with Mazza and Jordan. Today we're talking about auctions versus private treaty versus silent auctions. So fellas, what is the difference between public auctions, silent auctions and private treaties?
Well, there's three different options, and there's three clear options that, if you're thinking of selling, that are worth investigating. A private treaty can be best explained as putting your property on the market with a price and testing the property price that you put on it in the marketplace. Public auction is well known, isn't it? Public auction is what we're seeing every day and on the TV shows and in the suburbs, where you've got a guy standing out there making lots of noise in the front yard of a house, inviting people to bid on your property and controlling the price of your property. Okay?
Hopefully there's multiple people bidding on the day.
Well, look, it's interesting. I mean, you look at the clearance rates, they've improved today. They're sitting at around about that 55%. But if we look back in history, we look back at the period around July, August of last year, they were hovering around that 40, 41, 42%.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. So even though there's a marked improvement on the auction clearance rates, there's still some real dangers with the public auction system. And that's why Jordan and myself have been working over the last 12 months in conjunction with some other real estate agents from other states on perfecting this silent auction process, because there is a real third choice now, and we'll obviously be talking today about what some of the benefits of the silent auction is.
The age-old question is, the person that wins on the day and buys the property, would they have paid more? And did that method push them to their highest price? So I believe it's mathematically flawed with a public auction, because the successful bidder who buys the property is one increment above the underbidder. So there's no one there forcing them to go up. Let's say they were willing to pay another 50 grand. There was no one there pushing them up to that amount.
It's interesting, isn't it? People go into the process of selling their property by an auction because they want a competitive bidding process. But when you really sit back and you look at it, what by design of the public auction bidding process, it's comparative in its bidding rather than competitive. Comparative is that you'll only bid one increment more than the person you're competing against. And that's the true merit of the silent auction system. It is a truly competitive bidding process. You don't know what the other person is bidding, which makes it, and we've seen it from examples, and Jordan's been really leading the way here with some excellent sales that have sold considerably more than what the second highest bid was. A lot of people say, the problem with private treaty is that you do all that marketing and you finally negotiate a contract, but there's no guarantee that the property sold you because you need to go through the conditional process. And that's true. Okay, but the reality is this.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
And this is where Jordan and I have been working on this, on fine-tuning this to make it a real third option for people, okay? So now you have public auction, which is always worth debating and talking about. Private treaty, which is still an excellent method of selling property, and now a real third option is the silent auction process.
So could this be real estate's Uber moment?
Possibly. Look, I think all methods, as I said, have their pluses and minuses, and we're not saying one method's better than the other, but it's good to explore all the options, because this could work for you to get you a lot more money in your back pocket.
Since you guys are such experts on silent auctions and you've spent so long refining the process, what are some tips when running a silent auction?
Understand your risk profile is probably a good place to start, okay? The risk profile I'm referring to is playing the percentages. The chances of getting such a competitive bidding in a comparative bidding process is rare, then this is where silent auction comes into its own, okay? Because it almost can guarantee you the highest price that buyer's prepared to pay, okay? Without the risk factors that come with the public auction system.
And if I can add to that, I'd say, look, just choose an option that works best for you, not what works best for the agent.
Thank you for for tuning in to Get Real with Mazza and Jordan. See you next time.
Thank you.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Changed it.
That's a different movie.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a different
okay.
one.